Just on to more positive subjects, Daniel Dubois, we saw going through his paces earlier. Just in the, I guess, 6 weeks, maybe 2 months now since we first saw him at University of Kent, he seems to have come on already. How impressed have you been with how he's adapted to the new environment?
Yeah, I think he's adapting really well. I'm glad you said that, because we see him every day in the gym, so we're seeing a gradual improvement rather than what you guys are, not seeing anything and then, wow, he's just suddenly there. But with Dan, it is going to be a slow, gradual process with him, because he's been boxing since he was a kid, and he's got ingrained patterns. And plus, he gets so much success doing stuff that he shouldn't get success doing. Do you know what I mean? And it's because he's just so powerful, he can get away with stuff, and he's also such a robust, big, tough lad. But really, at the top level, we're going to have to really tweak a lot of things. So I feel like he's learning, he's tweaking. I'm tweaking things, and he's adapting. And the intensity that he's training at is what most heavyweights can't do. And I think like the pace that I'm setting on the pads, varying up the power, the speed, these things are just. Hopefully doing it in there every day in the gym, it just becomes second nature whenever you're out on fight night.
Yeah, and one of the things I noticed as well, and I said this to Dan, was that when he was landing particularly good shots, Lawrence Okolie was shouting words of encouragement. It just seems like a really good environment to develop in as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, Lawrence is a very motivational guy. He gives credit to other people. He was there cheering on Chris and Fowler. He's passionate. He enjoys being in the gym, and he enjoys having Dan in the gym, because Dan actually is very good competition for him. Whether it's in circuits, bags, training, punch power, knockouts. These guys, they're all. Fighters are naturally competitive people. So when you're in there with someone that's going to push you every day in the gym, and having that environment, it's good for both boxers. It's a great atmosphere.
Now, you've recently taken on the Azim brothers as well. How did that come about, and how excited are you about their talent?
Yeah, I'm really excited about Adam and Hassan. Both very young. Adam's just turned 19, Hassan's 20. Good amateur careers, mainly at youth sort of junior level. But yeah, it's exciting prospect. It's exciting times for both of the guys. Do you know what I mean? They're both good talents. I had Adam down sparring Luke Campbell, and yeah, it's great that they have asked me to look after them and train them. So I'm excited about this next step. Do you know what I mean? We just got to get the right promoter behind them, and I feel like Adam, I can push him on a little bit quicker. Hassan's is in more of a deeper division, especially domestically. So he's going to need, where Adam might be fighting for things after 10 fights, he might need 15. But they're both hugely enthusiastic and got lots of ability.
August 29th, Daniel Dubois goes out to the US for his American debut on the Jake Paul show. Jake Paul, bit of you or not?
Not really, to be honest, but it's great exposure, so you can't really knock it too much. It's on Showtime. Showtime's an amazing platform. I've been on Showtime before with Santa Cruz versus Frampton those 2 times, and it's great to have that exposure globally. And if it has to come off the back of a YouTuber, that's actually, give him his credit, not like his brother. He's dedicated himself towards the sport, and we've got to pay some respect for that.
You've taken on the Azim brothers, as we said. We expect Caroline Dubois potentially after the Olympics as well, and we wish her the very best of luck, of course. Have you still got room for more?
Yeah, I think so. We're planning a different structure, but there's one thing I do, and that's put a lot of work in. And I live in this gym. I love training fighters, and yeah, I mean that's. Hopefully Caroline comes on, and we'll see who else is about, really. And I get phone calls all the time. It has to work for me just as much as it has to work for the fighter. But I've got soft spots for fighters. So when they come to me, it's hard to it's not hard to say no, but it's hard to just it's hard to sort of turn fighters away, especially whenever they're good talent and they've got plenty of ability. And I also like to just bring the best out of fighters all the time.
And you alluded to a new structure there. I don't know if you could tell us much about that, but also what's behind the move from the University of Kent to here in Leighton?
Well, we've still got our affiliation with the University of Kent. We've linked up with Waltham Forest Council, and we're here in Leighton County Cricket Club. So this is actually an amateur gym 3 nights a week, but yeah, I'm putting a new ring in, going to put new bags in and stuff like that, and kitting it all out. We're going to put a little strength and conditioning facility around the corner in one of the other buildings for Duncan Ogilvie as my strength coach. But yeah, the structure is that Josh is going to start doing a little bit more work with me as well. So he's got his own fighters, and when we have title fights, they're going to have a good 6-8 weeks with myself. But in between, sometimes if the gym's really busy, Josh will be ticking them over. But he's more than qualified to do that. He's a fantastic coach, fought it himself, and he can really coach and he knows all the positions. In my opinion, the way I train, it's all about positions. It's all about where the foot is, where the balance is, where the weight's distributed. So he knows all these positions, and he's going to get a little bit more hands-on. Well, he's been hands-on anyway for the last sort of 4 years that he's been working for me. But yeah, it's as the more volume comes in, we just have to be a bit more structured, because we're in the gym at the moment between 9:30, 10 a.m. till maybe 2, whereas we might have to be in the gym from 9:30 till 4:35. But as long as everyone gets adequate time, then we'll still be producing great results, in my opinion.
Really appreciate your time, Shane. Always an insight, and appreciate it.